It allows us to do it as a team. So every player at Wilcox has a part, and they're able to input their data, have that traceability to the data to show that every part we produce meets customer requirements and that it's safe and effective.
I'm here today at Wilcox Industries with Dan to learn about your commitment to quality. And I wanted to know a little bit for the people out there, what does Wilcox even do for the world?
So Wilcox is a company dedicated to providing tactical solutions for today's military, law enforcement, and commercial customers.
Okay, so what kind of equipment do you make for them?
We do a wide range of equipment. We do laser aiming systems, we do night vision goggle mounts, we do hybrid life support systems, all sorts of weapon solutions, but mostly geared towards defense.
Something that's clear to me is quality is going to be super important to you because everyone's life is literally on the line when they trust you.
Absolutely. And that's actually our quality culture statement here, is that our customer's life depends on it. And we take that very seriously.
It sounds like it handles a lot. What were you doing before you found One Factory then?
We were doing a lot of handwritten blueprints, Excel sheets, more cumbersome systems. And One Factory really just covered the bases. It came in and took away all of that.
So when you're saying that there's been a big impact using One Factory, what has that all impacted here?
So definitely inspection time. It's decreased the time to inspect immensely. And beyond that, it's also created a more robust inspection because we know we're capturing all the requirements because it's digitally recorded. And One Factory makes it very clear whether you've captured all the requirements, if you're missing some, if any are bad, parts need to be rejected. So it's definitely made it more robust.
You mentioned that you started using it about a year ago. What's the onboarding process been like so far?
It's actually really helped the onboarding process. Before there was a lot of hands-on training, using work instructions, and now we're able to write simpler work instructions because of One Factory and the user interface being so easy to use, and it's very flowing so that you know where to go, exactly where to go every single time. It's the standardized, and it makes it much easier for people coming in off the street that maybe don't have the experience of a machining background or inspection background.
As a machinist, I know if we can't measure it, how do you even know you're manufacturing it? So let's go check out your quality labs. We're here now in your quality lab, Dan, and we got the beep of the CMMs going. It always brings me a little bit of comfort because it's the sound of quality for me. And it's got me wondering, what equipment can you connect to One Factory?
Well, here at Wilcox, our main tool is the CMMs. So we have all our CMMs automatically integrated into One Factory. So it's collecting data in the background as they run. You can also connect things such as vision systems or some of the other unique equipment we have here. And One Factory makes it very seamless to do so because it gives you the brand name, shows you how to upload it, and there's videos that clearly state exactly how to do it.
Yeah, well, and I mean, we were talking earlier how all the lives are on your shoulders. So what does the One Factory now make possible for you in this role?
It allows us to do it as a team. So every player at Wilcox has a part, and they're able to input their data, have that traceability to the data to show that every part we produce meets customer requirements and that it's safe and effective.
With the setup now that everything you're doing with One Factory, how easy is it to roll out a new inspection plan when you have a new product coming up?
So here at Wilcox, we design and manufacture our products. So we have to be very agile, and One Factory makes it seamless. We're able to switch from revision to revision very easily in a short period of time. So if when one day we roll out 3 new revisions, we can have 3 new quality plans within minutes.
That's great. So I gotta ask, would you ever go back to the old way of doing things?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Once we have this integrated, we're sold on it, and I think it's the best thing for the company, and the best thing for Wilcox is to stay with One Factory. It's worked out great.
Ben, what's your responsibilities here at Wilcox?
So I handle our inspection system here internally. I take our manufacturing prints from programming and engineering, and I use One Factory to make a inspection system for our machinists in production to use. I also handle gauge kits, manufacturing kits, just different needs for manufacturing and quality, as well as different inspections on a need-to-need basis. So I can house all the gauges I need. I can do all my gauge R&Rs inspections in the gauge section. I can house all my plans in the manufacturing section, and it's been tremendously easy to use.
Yeah, That's an impressive commitment to quality at Wilcox if you can recalibrate all your own gauging in-house. Most shops can't do that. So you hinted at this earlier. What was it like before One Factory?
Before One Factory, we still had an inspection system, but it wasn't as streamlined. We were still working on it. Being an in-house system, we were only able to capture so much. It was very impressive for what we were able to use it for, but One Factory has gone above what we expected.
Ben, you're talking about there how your system was good. It's not like you guys didn't care about your quality, but I'm curious now, what can you track with One Factory that you weren't able to keep care of before?
So we're able to track deviations, manufacturing inspections, our standard post plate, pre plate, all of it. We're also able to keep it all in one area, so I can have a deviation on a bubble that these guys are checking to the manufacturing version that also ties into the incoming inspection as well. And we can have it in one place, one inspection. Doesn't have to be in multiple places, so that's made it very easy.
So one last question for you then, Ben, is in the world of manufacturing, you're always making revisions. You guys are always testing. You've got crazy testing facilities here at Wilcox that we're going to do a different video about, but what's it like when you've got a revision that comes out from a print?
So before, revisions used to be a slower process for us. We would have to get it from engineering, get it approved through the system, which would take a couple of days on its own. So with One Factory, now I'm able to talk to that engineer. I'm able to do a deviation bubble straight through One Factory. So the floor gets it almost instantly, so they know something's changing, as well as I can also redline their inspection so they know a rev change is coming, so that they're watching their paperwork for the latest version. So it's changed a couple of day long process into almost an instant change. So it's been wonderful.
So what are you in charge of here at Wilcox, Jen?
So I'm in charge of incoming inspection and supplier management. So anything that's purchased for production that comes into the building goes through my team. And then I also manage all the vendor operations, any inspection plans, things like that.
I know we were joking before that part of the job is going to yell at people that send you the wrong stuff, but
Yep.
There's a lot of responsibility there to make sure they're sending the right stuff. How do you keep track of all that?
So with One Factory, we're able to build individual inspection plans for each part that comes in. And from there, we can attach different test plans as needed. What I really utilize for my team is controlling the AQL levels. And I can do that per each inspection line. So I can have dimensional checks be a certain AQL, the functional test be another AQL, which is really helpful.
That is so handy. Normally they just set AQL based on the entire inspection plan, and that can take a while.
Yep. So I like to use the analytics system to understand what risk levels we have for each inspection point, and then also for each part, each vendor as well. So it really allows me to tailor that per inspection plan.
It sounds like you handle a lot here, Jen, but did you start in the role you're in right now?
I didn't. I actually started as an incoming inspector myself. And I started almost 6 years ago, and I've been able to build the supplier quality system from scratch. We didn't have a whole lot of in-place systems that were controlling the operations before, and I've been able to work that into Wilcox Industries and build on it and improve on it since then.
And talking about all these systems that you're building and the growing and the construction you guys go in here, how is onboarding new people to bring onto your team with this?
Onboarding is a lot easier than it used to be because we're able to define each of the inspection plans, kind of introduce what our drawings look like, what our fixturing and test fixtures look like, all within one program versus all of these different softwares before previously.
And I know we were joking about what you were doing before, but can you share a little bit? And then I want to know, when you share a little bit what you were doing before One Factory,
Yep.
Would you ever go back there? But you got to answer that after.
Okay. So before, everything was very manual. It wasn't really controlled either, which is never a good system to have. We were using a combination of Excel sheets, scanning in drawings that we just kind of filled out by hand. And now everything is all controlled. It's all documented. And I would never go back to the old way, because even just trying to look for data or any sort of failure history was really manual and a grueling process.